everybody, it's been so long. Here we go. I have the best dinner for you to throw together. This would be super easy. And for my students out there, make this for your parents. You guys can do this. Watch the video and you will be fine. So I have already started with a pound of hamburger, and I've browned it on the stove. And so it's all nice and brown. I'll bring it closer so you can see it. Brown hamburger, check it out. All right, so I do need to get the grease off of here. So my trick for grease is that I keep this that the hamburger came in, and then I carefully put my wooden spoon here, and then I carefully just let the grease come out of the pan into the container that the hamburger came in. And then once I get most of the grease, you know, it's not all gonna come out. A little grease is good for you. Well, it's really not. Okay, so once I have it enough, if some hamburger falls in there, you can always put it back in the pan. All right, so I've got my hamburger in there. And now this grease that I have in here, I'm gonna let it sit and cool. And then I put it in a Ziploc and throw it away. So I may have given you that tip before, but it's always good to remember. All right, so I didn't tell you what we're making. We are making ravioli lasagna. So it's a quick, easy, throw together kind of lasagna that you can make. So you have a pound of hamburger. You go to the store and you buy some spaghetti sauce. You also get some ravioli. I prefer the 4-cheese ravioli, and it's usually in your refrigerated section, so get that. And you need, of course, mozzarella cheese. So we got our mozz. You have to make sure as you are frying the hamburger that you set your oven to 400 degrees so that gets all the time to preheat. You get your, I just have a small dish. I think it's an 8x8 or 9x9, one of those. And then I'm going to take my pan and I'm going to grease that really good so things aren't sticky. Put the pan away. Now, first things first, opening my spaghetti. There we go. All right. You want to do the spaghetti in thirds. So a third of it, we are going to put into, where can I put this so you guys can see it? And you can't see it there. Let me move this. It's more important you can see the stuff, not me. All right, so I'm going to put like a third of it in here, just to cover the bottom a little bit. Shake it around. I do a lot of shaking. All right, now I'm going to open the ravioli. You didn't even have to cook it beforehand or anything, which is really nice time saver. And you want to take like half of this, only half, and put it in the bottom. Hey, Tits, are you gonna help? Oh, he's gonna talk about it today. Okay, so half the raviolis, put them in the bottom here. Everybody see? Half. It doesn't have to be, you know, beautiful. So I've got half the ravioli in there, and I'm gonna put half of the hamburger in there. You wanna kind of spread it around. You can eyeball it. You know, a lot of your cooking can be eyeballed. Tater, if you want some of my burger. You're not gonna get it though, Tate. I should have made more burger. A pound and a half would have been better. The recipe only calls for a pound, so they're easy on the burger. I'd kind of like more, but this is what I had available, so I just did a pound. All right, so you can see, yeah, I'd like way more burger, but that's all we have for now. Now, some cheese. Sprinkle some cheese on there. Mozzarella cheese. All right, and now we're gonna do it again. Sauce. Sauce it up. Remember, only, so you still want some left in here. I'm gonna get a spoon now so I can spread it around. I can use this spoon. Spread it around a little bit so your sauce will get oozing into everything. This is a recipe I got from Taste of Home. They're one of my favorite places to get recipes. Okay, we're putting the rest of the pasta on here. I want to make sure that I get it all mixed around. And this would be something, okay, so my students can make this for their parents. Or parents, you can make this with your younger kids and they can for sure just throw the pasta in here. Jillian and Hudson and Paxton, that would be awesome. And now I'm gonna put the rest of my meat on the top. Oh, it's looking good, guys. Just kind of throw it in there and then you can spread it around with your spoon. Like I said, I want more burger, so do more than a pound for sure. This is okay, but more than a pound would be fabulous. Now, instead of the cheese, I'm gonna put the rest of the sauce on top. Pour it all on there. Right, Tatsies? Right, my dates, my gates? He's such a good helper. Not usually. Okay. So we get the sauce on there. Spread it around with your spoon so you don't have big clumps. You want to make sure that that sauce gets all over the place and it doesn't get all dried out. So spoon it around. Got our sauce. And now you're going to top it with the rest of the cheese. And my husband loves cheese. So, you know what? I'm going to put enough cheese on here to choke a horse. Well, not really choke a horse, because that would be cruel punishment. So, it's really whatever preference. And I'm going to just dump the rest on here. Make sure the cheese is all kind of spread around. You could put some Parmesan cheese on here, and a little cheddar, whatever you want. Whatever you have in the house, really. But mozzarella for sure, because that's the best thing that goes with your traditional lasagna. All right, I just want to check my recipe to see if I need to cover it or not. And the recipe says cover and bake at 400 for about 40 minutes. So to cover it, I have aluminum foil that I'm going to cover it with. Because if you're baking it at 400 degrees for 40 minutes, not 400, that would be really bad. 400 degrees, 40 minutes, you've got to cover it, otherwise your cheese will burn. So we do not want burnt cheese. No. So I'm going to slip this in the oven. I'm going to cook it for 40 minutes and bring it out, and we will check out the deliciousness. Okay, so Tater, you can't have any. All right, so it's come out, and we have the ravioli lasagna right here. Let's put some on my plate. Oh, look at those stringy cheese. It was so easy to make. You've got those layers in there. Check it out. Gotta get some of that cheesiness. Ooh. Jesus, off the plate. All right, look at that. We have our ravioli lasagna. I've got some garlic bread. I have a nice salad here. It's all the fixings you need for a fantastic dinner. So, it looks really hot, so I'll just take a little bit of a bite so I don't burn myself. Get some cheese on there. The sauce is really good. I use Prego, and that's one of my favorite sauces to use for spaghetti sauce. So whip this together. It's a great family meal, quick and easy. They don't need to know that it was easy to make. So throw it together, guys. Have a good dinner.